What is going on, guys? Thanks for joining my channel, Robinhood. This is Bob. Today, guys, we are going to go over selling call options on how to get maximum premium out of our covered calls, and also going to give you guys 5 tips that I use every time when I sell a call option. So let's get started, guys. Alright guys, this is how to maximize gains when selling covered calls. So this is for beginners. I'm going to give you 5 simple tips that I stick with to maximize my premiums. So first, guys, I always sell covered calls on a green day. So what this means is you want to sell this covered call when the stock is up, when it's green. It doesn't have to be a extreme or a dramatic amount, but keep in mind the higher the percent it is up, the higher the volatility is, and the higher premiums that you will get out of it. Granted, it also means that it is a higher chance that the stock could still run up. But if that does happen, you can always pick a higher strike price than you would like and still get a pretty nice premium. I always tell people to pick a strike price that they would be happy with if they had to sell the stock. So I'm going to give you guys an example of Microsoft because it's been on an absolute tear right now. So if you check out Microsoft here, I do covered calls on Microsoft weekly, and I normally go out $5 past the share price. So if we do that, and let's say it's at $135, they're paying a premium of $310 for a $5 out strike price, which is absolutely crazy. So if we check out my spreadsheet, if you've been paying attention, like I said, $5 strike price out that I normally do, I make $82, $81. This one I think was in the middle of the week, I only made $83, but let's say an average of $80 at a $5 strike price out. And currently, like I said, it's $310 out. So even if I don't do a $5 strike price, I always usually keep in 80% chance of profit range. So even if we check that out, and you're getting $184 premium still for this. So this is about a little bit over 2 times the amount that I normally would get. But if you look at the strike price and the current price, that's the $10 difference. So not only would you get that premium of $184, you would get $1,000 on top of that. So I would be more than happy to make $1,184 off of this stock if I had to sell it in 1 week. So that is the benefit of selling a covered call on a green day. Next thing that I always keep track of too is rolling over an option when the stock is red. So what this means is you can buy back the option at a lower premium. So let's keep that option of Microsoft. So if it is at $310 at that $5 strike price out, and for some reason that same day or next day the stock tanks $5 and the premium lowers all the way down to $100, I would buy that back at $100 and I would keep that $210 premium. I would either wait or I would sell another premium at a lower strike price with a higher premium. So basically what I would do is, instead of the strike price at $235, I would go down to $230 if this stock went down $5, and I would collect a higher premium on that stock. Or what I would do would be to wait for the stock to go back up if I believe the stock was going to back up. Like I said, it allows you to sell another option with a higher premium at a lower price, or when the stock rises. So you have a choice to do either way. So the next thing is rolling out an option when the stock is green. So I'll give you another example. Of course, it's going to be with Microsoft because I own it and I did have to do this with it. So this allows you to buy the option back, but you would actually buy it at a higher premium that you got out of it and sell it at a later date and or a higher premium. So let's check out Microsoft one more time, and we'll actually go over one that I actually had to do. So if we check out what I had to do, it was actually this week. Like I said, Microsoft has been on an absolute tear. So it was at about 215. I did a call at 220 like I normally do, $5. I got a premium of $44 here, which is a little bit lower, but this was on a not on the Monday, so it was a day or two in. So after I did that, Microsoft was on a absolute tear. It went up and up So I actually had to buy it back on the same day for $237. So I did one contract on that, but what I did was I did roll it over to a strike price, which is $7.50 higher on a week later price. And I did get a premium of $220. So like I said, what this does is it will roll over on a green day. And what I did was I picked a later day at a premium that was a little bit lower, but remember I still had a $44 premium. So overall I was making out on it a little bit, but in the long run, if I did have to sell it at $227.50, that's $750 more than what I had to make if I had to sell it at the $220 premium. So this is a good way to do it, to cover losses for a stock price gain or a possible premium loss. So even if you're at you won't technically be at a loss, it'll just be money that you could have made more, but it will soften the blow a little bit. So this is always important to do, and not just let it expire if you think the stock will keep on going up, or possibly if you can at least match the money that you put into it. Next thing, guys, is it's always okay to let an option expire. So if you have an option that you know you're going to get and you see it's $1, some people will buy it back and then roll it over for the next week. You can always do that, but sometimes, most of the times what I do is I'll just take the guaranteed profit, even if it's $1, $2, $5, I'll take the guaranteed profit, and what it does is it allows you to see how the market is on a new week. So a lot of times on Monday, the stock could be skyrocketing. It could also tank, but you don't ever know what's going to happen on the weekend. Something with COVID, something with the vaccine, something with the government, anything could possibly happen that can affect the stock market. So if it does go up, then that premium that you rolled over, it will basically be less premium that you could have got if you would have done it on Monday or the beginning of the week. So like I said, being patient, stick with your strategy. It'll always work out in the long run for you as long as you stay disciplined. So the other thing and the last thing is know important dates. So first thing you guys need to know is the earnings. Always keep track of the earnings of the week, usually a week or two prior. It could just be up and downs. A lot of people are buying stocks if they think it's going to go up with good earnings. A lot of people are dumping stocks that they think it's going to tank and then drop the stocks themselves. So this is always important to keep track of, because this can be a high volatility day or week or weeks. The next thing is I do a lot of dividend stocks, so you always want to pay attention to the ex-dividend. So the ex-dividend is when you do purchase it a day before and you can get that dividend and then sell it the day after. So a lot of times it could go up and down dramatically a few days before and a few days after. And then next thing, after paying attention to the dividend date, you always pay attention to the payout dates. The important reason on that is if you have a high paying dividend stock, and it is important to pay attention to, because if it's like $1 or $2, naturally on that day they have to pay out. The stock will drop $1 or $2 and then slowly recover that day or recover over the next week or two. So you always want to pay attention to that date. So on earnings dates, I usually do covered call options if the stock goes up. I won't do too much prior, especially the day before or the same day if it has not came out yet. On ex-dividend dates or payout dates, I will not sell covered calls because usually they will slightly go down, but if it does go up on either day, I would do covered calls. And the last thing, guys, important news. You always have to pay attention to what's going on with your stock. If it's something with like Apple with a new phone coming out, if it's something with they're building new cars, anything with Tesla, anything that happens in the news with your stock, or even with the government, with COVID, travel shutting down, that's always going to affect your stock, and you need to pay attention to that. If you hear something that happens or you know something is coming up, like with stimulus or anything like that, then those are important dates to be careful on to trade on those days. If something goes good, it can go up. If something goes bad, it can go down. So those are all the tips that I can give you guys. Hopefully you guys learned something from this. Hopefully you guys use these tips and it makes you a lot of premium or increase your premium that you had. If you guys like this video, definitely hit the like, subscribe, comment below, guys. Definitely do what you need to do to get maximum amount of money. Have a good day, guys. Thank you.